morning, and thank you for joining me for enjoying the journey. I'm sitting here at my desk this morning making a few last minute preparations for one of the things that I love to do the most, and that is to meet with some other guys. Now, I have 3 other guys that I'm meeting with right now on a regular basis, and we memorize scripture together. We're walking through the book of 1 John. We study and journal a few verses a week, and we get together and we walk through those verses. Because see, one of the things that the Lord has taught me in this journey is that if I'll get into His Word, if I'll spend time in His Word, He'll get it into me and He'll use it to radically change my life. But as we walk through the book of 1 John, in chapter 2, there's a couple of verses that really grabbed my heart, that really caught my attention as we were walking through them. It's 1 John chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Listen to what this says. It says, "By this we know that we have come to know Him, if we keep His commandments. The one who says, 'I have come to know Him,' and does not keep His commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him." You understand what that's saying? No, John's writing to people that he loved. He's an aged man. He's writing to these people. He calls them his spiritual children. Man, he had invested in them. He's writing them truth because apparently they were dealing with sin issues. And he makes this statement. He says that by this we know that we have come to know Him. You see, to know Him is to have a desire to obey Him. John says that if I say I know Him and I have no desire, or I do not walk according to His command, then the truth is not in me and I'm a liar. I want you to think about that statement. That's pretty strong language. John says to know Him is to have a desire to obey Him. Now, does that mean that I will never sin? No. But what it means is this, is that to know Jesus is to have a heart that is being radically changed by His presence. And I understand the importance of walking in the truth of His Word. And He places a desire in my heart to obey Him. So think about that in your own life. All right, you say you know Jesus. Do you have a desire to obey Him? If I say I love Him, I will love His commandments. I will love His Word. There'll be a desire in my heart to walk in the truth. And John goes on to say that if I don't have a desire to obey Him, then I'm really lying about knowing Him. So let me challenge you. And let me challenge you in your thinking today. To know Him is to have a desire to obey Him. Is that you? Does that describe your life? If you were to tell me I know Jesus, I would ask you, are you willing to obey what He says, to live by His standard? You see, this relationship with Jesus changes everything. It changes the way I think, therefore changing the way that I live. He changes the desires of my heart, and He gives me a desire to obey Him. Why? Because I know Him, I love Him, I realize He loves me, I realize He wants what's best for me, and I realize that He's given me some principles and the truths to live by. I pray today that you know Jesus. And I pray today that because you know Him, you have a desire to obey Him. And if that's the truth, then you'll let Jesus be Jesus in you today as you simply walk empowered by His presence in your life, living in accordance to the truth of His Word. Have a blessed day and let Jesus be Jesus in you today.